Hey, what's going on YouTube? I am back with another story time, and this one is the first time I ever smoked with my brother. And this was back in my high school days, of course. And we were in, hanging out in California, the good old garage chill spot. You know, that PS2, my buddy was hanging out, we were in the garage, but then him and his buddies showed up. So we're rocking about 5-6 people playing that PS2 and whatnot. It's always a good time. In any case, I was always really tepid and nervous to do anything drug related around my brother for the longest time. I basically was told like he would beat the shit out of me if he ever caught me doing anything ever. And he's kind of a crazy motherfucker. So it's something not to take lightly by any means. And so I was always tepid. I was like around them smoking, a handful of times, but I never, anytime it was in front of my brother, I would just let it go because I was just that afraid he would beat the shit out of me if he saw me doing it. In any case, so we're hanging out and they start rolling 2 blunts. It was 2.5 gram, I think 2.5. We always the lowest amount for a blunt is 2 grams. I mean, seriously. Anyway, I think it was about 2.5 grams each blunt. Around 6 people. I just wanted a good round, session. Don't want to have one blunt just sitting around with 6 people, sitting there waiting for it. One, it was some White Widow, and I'm blanking on the other strain. It was 2 different strains, 2 different blunts. And, at this time, there was the brand called, it was like branded blunt wraps. It was clearly branded towards stoners. And this was a time, anytime getting it now, there's like, it's dried out, there's no flavor, it's gross. But back then, for whatever reason, maybe smoke shops were just better at it. It was maybe a newer, I don't know. It was always practically like wet with like the flavoring. It was always really moist with these blunt wraps. It was nice. We wrapped those up and started going around a circle, and I let it pass like 2 rotations around, and then one of his buddies, in a stoned fashion, once it goes around the circle a couple times, starts to try and hand it towards me and goes, oh, I'm about to pass, and I don't know, I just couldn't help but like have that instinct to just try and reach for it and pass, and my brother just like oh, and then I just went for it. I don't know, something overcame me. It was just that temptation, seeing it. Oh, and him genuinely like wanting to, just pass it over. It just overcame me, and it was so relieving because my brother did not beat the shit out of me. He was just more surprised that me, in his eyes as Mr. Goody Two Shoes, coming in and smoking a blunt. And I'm just like, I've been craving, wanting to, been sitting around wanting to smoke, with his buddies forever, seeing them get high, and then me being like, damn it, I'm just too nervous. And then finally just bridging that gap, it was so nice. And then I just got completely zooted because those blunts lasted a while. This wasn't like swag or anything. This was some proper sticky, gooey, resinous weed. This was a time when like my buddies and his buddies was getting weed that you could use as glue for posters on a wall. Like it was that proper just sticky stank. So these were really slow burning blunts. These just kept going round and round. And so I got nicely toasted. Definitely not quite as zooted as the first time I smoked out of that fancy roar bong, but nice, comfortably high to make it a wonderful evening of Tekken 5 for hours. I think we ended up playing Tekken 5 for like 5 hours straight, just back to back, just switching the controller off. Oh, it was so addictive, so great. That it was just such a nice, pleasant surprise experience that my brother wasn't going to beat the shit out of me. Something eventually my brother ended up quitting weed. It was kind of funny. I became kind of the stoner kid out of the bunch, and he ended up, veering off, a different course, shall we say. So I got to hang out with a lot of his stoner buddies getting high while he's maybe taking a puff or two, but not really like how I would do it. I just someone passes a bowl to me, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna smoke it. I'm not gonna deny it. There's rarely gonna be ever a time, like unless I'm really just completely just smashed, am I going to reject an offer. or I guess scared of my brother. But in any case, if you do enjoy this content, please like, subscribe, ring that bell. But in any case, you have a great rest of your day.